Atlantic United Fan TV here with Tanner. We lose 3-1 on aggregate, but we win 1-0 on the night. Is this progress to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's probably coming kind of the same temperature tonight. It was progress. You played well against a team that objectively is better than you are. And, you know, they were very defensive from the get-go. Even when we won the ball back, when they were trying to counter, you know, in those spaces, they were always 6 guys deep. You know, organized, very organized. It was tough to break down. You know, the goal was really impressive, and it seemed like once they changed shape and shifted to 4-2-3-1, Nagby looked really comfortable in that playmaker role in that number 10 kind of area, and him and Joseph had some really good link-ups in there. So that's a very interesting idea moving forward because, you know, I thought Barco had his moments, especially when coming off the left. You know, he was doing a Miguel Almiron impersonation at times, driving through the middle. Just that final ball wasn't there, and that connection just isn't there yet. But, hey, that takes some time. And if I complained the first 2 times about not being able to see what Frank DeBoer wanted to do, I can start kind of seeing now what he wants to do. And if that's where we're heading, and I know when it starts clicking, which will take time, I think it could be something that's not too bad.
Yeah. I mean, I think we would all agree the first half, it was a little bit more hopeful. You know, we were hitting from distance and trying to get something going. And the second half, definitely there were more chances. And I think when he changed the shape, that's when, well, I think they were confused. And that's probably why we scored. But after that, I think we got shut down again, I think.
Yeah, but we were also pushing, and they were, I don't know if it was because they adjusted to our formation, but they were just defending really deep. And the goal itself was brilliant. Like, that's what you want from this system when this system works, is that quick interplay and that movement when the system works at its highest level. And that was just a little taste of it right there. Again, I thought Nagby looked really comfortable in that role. And that's something that I wouldn't mind seeing further explored.
And especially, yeah, Joseph, like you were saying, yeah, being able to link up with Nagby. He, is unfortunately absent a lot of these matches because he's been starved of any service or just any touches. But would you like to see Joseph definitely get more involved with that link up?
Well, I think Joseph is a player that it's shown he needs to play with a 10 behind him. If he plays with a playmaker right behind him, closer to him, like Nagby was doing, and he has the ability to play those 1-2s into interchange and pass and move, that's where he's at his best. And when you have someone that can pass and move with them, they're going to score goals and he's going to score goals. I'd like to have seen that from P.D. Martinez, and I think that that's something that he could do. He's just struggling a bit right now. I think he's not fully fit, and he's kind of pressing a little bit because I think he met up with a little bit of pressure. But on the whole, you know, I know he's a good player. I've seen he's going to be a good player. I know he'll come good, so I'm willing to allow him this. It stinks that he has to go to international duty because part of me thinks he could use the rest. But, you know, again, it was progress all around. I think Miles Robinson was the best player on the pitch tonight. He was incredible. You know, we touched briefly on how I think, you know, he's training him to be that role because he knows he's the most coachable. Well, in the first half, you could definitely see when they were playing, I'm thinking, man, if this is LGP instead of Parkhurst and Escobar instead of Lorenowitz, 2 guys who are much quicker, more athletic, and better on the ball, I can see how this system would work, how you can overload people on the wings when you're playing wide and create those triangles. You need that. You also need good fullback play, and I think Julian Gressel has showed he is incredibly comfortable as a right wing back. I mean, he's one of the best in the league. He's incredible on this team. He's really, when he's not there, you feel it. He's one of those positions where if he's not there, Atlanta United is noticeably worse. So he's incredible. And then Ambrose wasn't bad on the left. I think he should be first choice on this based on this performance because this is better opposition than we faced. And even though they didn't offer much, I thought he offered more and was quicker and worked harder and was better going forward than Breck Shea's been so far. So I still think it's a position that if we could improve it, maybe at that left wing back position, but hopefully you can start getting some progression from Bello as well.
Right. Now, Frank DeBoer said before this match that, he's still going to play a 3-4-3, but the tactics within it are probably going to change. Did you see a change in this?
I think the center backs, how the center backs were pushing forward a lot more with the ball, moving and traveling with the ball. It was more aggressive, but I think Monterrey also allowed you to do that by sitting off the ball so much. So I don't know. Again, that's one of those things that if we're doing that and pushing those outside center backs up, you know, if that is Escobar and LGP, I can see how that could be very attractive attacking-wise. It gets them forward, and that's very attacking when you think about it because you're having 2 center backs go forward and join the attack. So, you know, if that's something that does happen, I think that'd be interesting. I mean, I think if we're doing that and doing that well with another good fullback on the left, or wing back on the left, I should say, I can see how that system would work. But also, the 4-2-3-1, I still felt it looked a lot better. And Nagby in that 10 role, I think Joseph looks a lot more comfortable with the 10. So I think that's something you have to think about in getting the best and scoring the best, you know, or getting the best out of your goal scorer, I should say. So I think that's something you really need to think about.
How do you feel about Sunday with pretty much first choice 11 today, is there going to be rotation, or what do you think?
Well, I mean, LGP will come in. You know that. LGP will come in. I think you can afford, if Miles Robinson's up for it, I think he's young, I think he's fit, and if he can play, I think he'll play. I don't think it'll do him a problem. I think Florentine Pogba might play as well. Hopefully Franco Escobar might be fit, maybe a little bit of play. I'm really ready for him to get back. If not, he has an international break to get fit and train with the team and get comfortable. But I think Tito Villalba should come in. I think when he came on, he was direct. Yeah, he lost the ball a few times in a frustrating way, but he's dangerous, though. He gives you some danger, and he had a couple 1-2s that just didn't quite come off, but he does well. I think that he should play, and he should be allowed to play in that role because it offers you a little bit something different from what you get the rest of the time, and it really makes that right back scared. And you could see that Monterrey felt that when he came on and was attacking down the right. They were looking at the bench saying, hey, that's going to be a problem. And I think him and Julian Gressel interchange really well together, and that's a very devastating combo going down the right. And so that gives you a bit more depth, because Pity will come good. So who knows? We'll see. But it was progress tonight, and if this is where we're heading, I can get behind that. So let's give it some more time and see what they can do.